Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into something big. The brothers' hearts were like a roller coaster, and 2 months of wild spending was like a money-burning contest, with Eric being the first to drop the ball. So, he ran to the shrink to confess, turning into a sobbing mess, unable to catch a wink each night. It wasn't until he dreamt of a dramatic exit that he felt relieved, tears flowing like a little kid. The doc quickly called Lyle. After all, a second opinion is like a 2-for-1 deal at the coffee shop. The doctor's lover showed up too, just to make sure those criminal brothers didn't get any funny ideas. As soon as Lyle stormed in, he started yelling at Eric, questioning the doc's truth like a classic movie villain. The doc promised their secrets were like family heirlooms, safe and sound, so Lyle calmed down a bit. The doctor patiently guided the brothers through their truth, as if he were directing a courtroom drama. He said if there were any witnesses, the crimes would be revealed faster than a demolition to make room for a new building. It's not so simple between premeditated murder and manslaughter. The law is like a complex puzzle. The doc had to investigate whether the brothers were really antisocial, while Lyle just wanted to whisk Eric away. In the car, Lyle was plotting but held back due to the onlookers, not the time for action. The older brother was worried about getting caught, so he held his horses while Eric struggled with his conscience at home. Lyle willingly stood down for his brother, while the doc stashed the evidence into a safety box for his own peace of mind. Handing the key to his lover? Now that's quick thinking. If anything goes sideways, his lawyer is in for a busy day. The doc thought about keeping things confidential but already started installing security at home. Talk about being on edge. He promised to divorce his wife once renovations were done, and after the lover moved in, Lyle finally felt some relief. The cops were like characters in a mob drama, discussing the case but with zero leads. Every guess was more of a joke, when suddenly Eric's buddy called in with a hot lead. Eric had once confessed to personally sending his parents to an early grave, as if he were on a crime show. Inspired by the Billionaire Boys Club, they had once written a script, and the police jumped into action, feeling like they were about to shoot it. The doctor's treatment records were locked in the safety box, and if things went south, the brothers' evidence would spill out like a bad secret. The doc made a solemn vow to keep things confidential, while Eric didn't back down under the cops' scrutiny. They chatted over dinner about scripts, swinging from crime tales to dreams, ultimate plot twist scenes. This was furious with Eric, practically pushing him to confess with intense motivation. Eric firmly denied it, leaving less tongue-tied while the police lost their leave like a magician cutting the string. Doc's lover was scheming at home, trying to lead the doc's daughter astray, but got caught red-handed. Furious, the doc kicked his lover out to talk about classic revenge drama. He arrived at the precinct discussing the Jose case, then faced a stubborn warrant. The doctor took out the brothers' confession recording from the safety box and gave a full exposure straight away. Hearing those brutal testimonies, the nearby officers were left awkward, like being pranked with cold water. Just as Lyle planned to strut out with friends like a movie star, he was nudged faster than a lightning bolt. Eric and Israel heard this sort of lawyer, but faced a real dilemma. Lyle found himself stuck in solitary confinement, feeling like he just checked into the worst resort ever. The brothers were just a wall apart, unable to resist the call to share a meal, but Eric found the food impossible to swallow. They had to make do with milk to stave off hunger, even stashing it in the toilet. Now that's a survival guide. Meanwhile, Al, thanks to his bald head, tried to fix his look in the shower but got completely ignored by the guard. The brothers trying to reach out felt as neglected as old-school street fighters. Definitely not a good look. Eric kept dialing for help, but alas, the phone bill needed coins. Talk about not enough cash. They even wanted the lawyer to help with tanning lotion, worrying that the case would ruin their chances. Things were looking bad, and after a kind nudge, Eric suddenly decided it was time to spill the truth. The details of the past were kept under wraps by Lyle, like a sly advisor hiding information away. The lawyer started seeing the brothers in a biased light, thinking they were beyond help, feeling trapped in a vicious cycle. Lyle's plan got unearthed by the police. Now it's officially the brotherly divide plan. Eric felt more helpless than ever, relying solely on the occasional glimmer of hope. Luckily, he encountered Leslie, the embodiment of legal loopholes, a true lifeline. Leslie was against harsh death penalties and defended young offenders, perfectly aligning with Eric's situation. Having previously succeeded in defending a young client, he strongly believed that those helpless children were merely acting in self-defense. Even with the death penalty hanging over them, I can't promise results, but we'll go through this fight together.